By the time the man had ceased to be a living man and swung slowly on an unfelt breeze, Regis Royle had sifted and sorted through the same various concerns about the people he was helping to round up and teach lessons to. When he'd first approached Ambrose Dalton, Chaw Perkins, and Dubber Jones, and a few of the other ranchers in the region, about ways to deal with the rustler problem, he'd been far more fired up about the task. After all, he'd lost many hundreds of head in the last year to rustlers. A significant number were lost in the cover of night to filching border wolves, gangs of vaqueros, and gringos with no more pride than a saloon drunkard begging for coins. The Santa Catalina Range was too large for Regis and his men to patrol in full in a way to prevent this theft. The other ranches had the same problem with their respective spreads, but together, by loaning each other men, and by paying lone riders to lurk the ranges, keeping an eye out for depredations, then tracking the thieves, they were able to slowly nibble away at the poaching problem. They damn sure couldn't count on the law to help them, and the newly reformed Texas Rangers, back together and in action in part to help ranchers deal with rustlers, were useful, but not yet numerous enough to do the job alone. Until then, the ranchers agreed they would do the job themselves, and that meant doling out justice as they saw fit. That was the part about which Regis had been uncertain. He didn't like the idea of giving away his hard-won cattle to thieves, no sir. But neither did he relish killing them for the crime. But the problem had gotten bad enough in recent months that he had said to hell with it and ridden along. Ambrose, his closest ranching neighbor, had told him it would get easier, that he had to do it, otherwise he might as well hand over his ranch, give up on his beloved Santa Catalina Range. That unthinkable notion was the final straw for Regis Royle.